Xin chào các bạn nhỏ, mình là Tân Mùi. Hôm nay chúng mình sẽ cùng khám phá một cuốn sách vô cùng đáng yêu về ngày lễ Phục sinh. Lễ Phục sinh là một trong những ngày lễ yêu thích của các bạn nhỏ nước ngoài. Bạn có biết các bạn nhỏ sẽ làm gì trong ngày lễ này không? Mình cùng đọc để tìm câu trả lời nhé. Who hid the Easter eggs? It was a beautiful spring day. Harry sat on a branch, swaying in the breeze. He was happy. He could feel the sun warming his fur and smell the fresh green leaves all around him. Down below, he watched the grandmother walking around the yard. She was carrying a basket full of brightly colored eggs. It must be Easter, thought Harry, and he leaped from his branch. Harry knew that the grandmother always hid painted eggs in her yard at Easter so that her grandchildren could have fun searching for them. He watched her gently place an egg in a hole in the apple tree. She put another in a flower pot. Harry watched carefully as she hid the eggs all around the yard. Harry scurried to the apple tree. He wanted to see one of the Easter eggs close up. I've never seen anything so beautiful, he sighed. But someone else was taking a keen interest in the Easter eggs, the jackdaw Jack. When the grandmother had hidden all of the eggs, she went back inside the house. Harry climbed up on the window frame to see what she was doing now. Suddenly, he heard a loud "Jack, Jack!" He turned around just in time to see Jack fly through the yard with one of the Easter eggs clutched tightly in his claws. "Oh no!" cried Harry. "Jack is stealing the eggs!" Harry followed Jack to his nest in the big pine tree. And what did he find? Jack had stolen all of the Easter eggs from the garden and had put them in his nest. Harry didn't know what to do. The children would be so upset when they didn't find any eggs. Maybe Jack didn't know who the eggs belonged to. "You can't keep these eggs, Jack," said Harry. "They belong to the children." "But all of the other birds have eggs in their nests in the spring," said Jack. "All except me." "I'm sure you'll have your own eggs very soon," said Harry. "Well, if you think so," said Jack. So Jack and Harry put all of the eggs back in the yard. One by one, they carefully carried them down from the nest, then rolled them across the lawn. Jack was worried. "I can't remember where I found them all," he said. "Oh no," Harry sat down to think. "One of them was in the flower pot," he remembered, "and one was in the apple tree." Just then, they heard voices. The children were here. Harry and Jack raced around hiding the eggs anywhere they could. The children ran round and round the yard, but they couldn't find a single egg. "We are going to have to help them," said Harry. Jack made a very loud "Track, track!" and flew to the apple tree. "Look, a jackdaw!" shouted the children. "And there's an Easter egg up there in the apple tree." Harry jumped into the teapot and stuck his tail up high. "A squirrel!" the children shouted. "And another Easter egg!" Harry and Jack leaped and flew around the garden, showing the children where the eggs were hidden until the eggs had all been found. Then they sat down happily in the tree to watch. "It's nice to see them having so much fun," said Harry. "Yes, it is," Jack sighed. "I'd be happy if I found an egg in my nest too." "Well, maybe I can help you," said Harry. Harry and Jack went back to Jack's nest in the pine tree. On a nearby branch sat another jackdaw with a couple of twigs in her beak. "This is Jackie," said Harry. "You can share my nest," said Jack, "if you haven't already got one of your own." "That would be very nice," said Jackie. The spring days got warmer and warmer. One evening, Harry decided to climb up to the top of the pine tree. On his way, he stopped to visit Jack and Jackie. "Look, Harry," said Jack proudly. "Look what we've got in our nest." There in the nest lay 6 speckled eggs. "What a wonderful surprise," said Harry. "You see, I told you that you'll soon have your own eggs." Then off he leaped up to the very top of the tree to enjoy the sunset.
Câu chuyện đến đây là hết rồi. Hy vọng các bạn đã có những giây phút vui vẻ thưởng thức cuốn sách này. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào buổi đọc sách sau nhé. Tạm biệt.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã lắng nghe. Mong rằng các bạn cảm thấy thú vị khi đọc cuốn sách này cùng tụi mình. Cuốn sách nói Read Along Book này được thực hiện bởi Lotus Community, là một dự án thư viện phi lợi nhuận. Lotus Community mong muốn những cuốn sách tiếng Anh chất lượng tốt có thể tới tay mọi gia đình khắp đất nước Việt Nam. Để tìm hiểu thêm về dự án, các bạn vui lòng ghé qua lotuscommunity.org.vn nhé.